Everybody out there, it's me, Tarantula Forest. I have a centipede set up. I'm not as well versed in centipedes, but did some research. Yay! Because you should always do research when you got some species in to make sure you're setting them up right. It's a peeling Scolopendra aztecorum, and man, is it beautiful. So when they're little, you set them up wet, not wet, moist, not wet. And then when they get older, you keep half dry, half wet to prevent mycosis, which is something that can happen in older adult centipedes. Typically you set them up moist to keep them from drying out, because I know that centipedes can dry out pretty fast. But today I have a peedling. It's a little centipede, little baby, Scolopendra aztecorum, that we're gonna set up. It is bright blue and beautiful, and man, if you don't have this species, you should get it. It's gorgeous and fast. So let's head over to the video to see how I set it up. If you feel like I set it up wrong and you're better at centipedes than I am, could you please let me know? Because I'm great at centipedes, but I'm not an expert at centipedes. So yeah, go ahead, let me know in the comment section. Thank you. Let's head over to the video. So for everything, I use Reptisoil. I just do. I mix it with a lot of water or less water, depending on how dry or how moist I want it. Today we're putting in Scolopendra aztecorum, the most beautiful Scolopendra in the world. Or I think it is, since I saw it. It's a beautiful blue color. It's my favorite color, is blue. And we're going to take that little baby and put it into a 5-gallon with a lot of leaf litter and some cork bark and moisture, which is the water. We're going to put it in a 5-gallon, which is too big for it, but it's going to grow into it, and we're going to put cage clips in there. As you can see, I have mixed some Reptisoil with it already, and I put it in about 1/3 of the way up. I was going to do halfway, but it's going to get bigger, and the holes right now in the top of the lid are big enough for it to crawl through it. So you want the cage to be taller than a centipede to keep it from going up and pushing out. That's how I like to keep my centipedes, but I guess if they're happy, they don't really try to get escape. And I have kept centipedes for a while, but I'm more of a tarantula person. Anyway, I hate the Reptisoil that I've got, and I mix it with a lot of water with my hands, which is my hands are always dirty. You see them in every video, and I mix them with my hands. That's what I do. I don't have like a mixer, or I don't use like a fork or a spoon. I take my hands, I hit the Reptisoil, and I mix it with water until it's moist enough to make a centipede happy, or make whatever is going to live in it happy. Sometimes it's a tarantula, sometimes it's a centipede. In this case, I mix it to where it's moist enough, where I felt like it's moist enough. Then I took leaf litter after I patted down the Reptisoil, and I put that down on top, and something else to help keep humidity in, not just leaf litter. Because leaf litter is great for a lot of things. It helps the centipede to feel secure, it hides in it, but it also keeps in humidity. Is sphagnum moss. This is really good stuff. Sphagnum moss, not cheap moss. Sphagnum moss helps keep in humidity really well. So mix that in with the substrate, which is Reptisoil, along with leaf litter to help keep in humidity. And then cork bark to hide in or under, which also helps keep in moisture spots. But if you're doing a really good job with your centipede, you'll keep it moist. Like I said in the beginning of this video, when they're babies, they're kept moist. But this specific species suggests that you keep half the substrate moist and half of it dry. So I did the whole thing moist for now because blue, it's a baby, it's not very big. And I did fill it up halfway because typically centipedes like to burrow. And then I sprayed it down, so I'm showing this. But not all centipedes, I guess, like it super moist. They like it half dry and half moist. So when this grows up, I'm going to change it. But right now, thumbs up, moisten it down. Added a little water dish. I did add some more water on top. So it's moist. Because it's a baby. When they're, like I said, when they grow up, they're going to be a little bit more tolerant. But when they're babies, they're not as tolerant. I did add a little water dish. And look at it. It is the cutest little baby. It's so adorable. I did have a chance to show you up close that when they are babies, they are bright blue color. So if you're into centipedes and you've never heard of Scolopendra aztecorum, I do recommend this species. It did not bite me at all. I have heard of people handling them and then bonding with them. Not that they understand that that's their handler, but not getting bitten. But you shouldn't handle a centipede in general just because they are venomous and they are prone to biting. So it's my my caution that I'm doing this because I understand that if I get bit, something could happen. If you're allergic, I don't want you to get bit out there and get hurt. So don't do this. I'm doing it because I'm me. And I feel like this is okay. I am doing this in slow motion so you can see how beautiful it is. Alright, here we go. We're going to put it into the enclosure. I don't know why it's yellow. Just not good lighting. Sorry about that. And there it goes. Centipedes typically enjoy leaf litter and moss and things to hide under that are moist. But when it gets older, I will heed the warning that other centipede owners have suggested, and that's half dry, half moist. So that was Scolopendra asticorum, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this awesome little video about this cute little blue species that grows up to be a ghost species, and I'll keep you all informed as it gets bigger because I'm really excited to watch this species grow. Thank you for watching. I did get this little centipede from a friend of mine who works with Micro Wilderness. So if you're watching and you know who Micro Wilderness is, give a special thanks to Micro Wilderness and Company because they're the ones who helped me find. There it is. It's beautiful. Beautiful blue species. There we go. Okay. So thank you for watching. Thank you so much for watching this Tarantula Forest video. Thank you, Micro Wilderness, and thank you, Devil's Luck Inverts, for giving me this beautiful animal. Have a wonderful night for all of these who watched all the way through. 7 minutes in, you are true Tarantula Forest people. Have a good night. Goodbye.